Hello there, folks. Cranky Old Cuber here. I've got a cubicle unboxing today. This doesn't happen very often, but occasionally it happens that the cubicle has something in stock that Speedcube Shop doesn't, and I want it, so I go ahead and get it from Cubicle. No big worries. Anyway, let's get into this, because I don't actually remember what's in here. Interestingly, I looked at what was in here a couple days ago on my order history, and I still can't remember what's in here. So I'm just going to open it up and see what we got. Because whatever it is, it'll be cool, probably. All right, so what do we have? Ah, yes, this is the CycloneBoys sculpted 2x2. And what do we have here? This is a stickerless MF5. This is a stickerless MF4. And, oh yeah, the hardest puzzle in the world. This is my 1x1 Mega Minx. Okay, so these two are because I want to magnetize the MF5. I think the MF5 is a slightly better cube than the MF5S. I was looking at my daughter's again, and it seems to be a nicer cube. So I'm going to try magnetizing this. You may recall, or you may not recall, I magnetized an MF5S, and it's okay, but the plastic on this is slightly thinner, and I think the magnets are going to work a little bit better in this. So I'm going to do a 5x5 magnetizing tutorial because it's been requested more than once. I don't know whether it'll be this cube or if it'll be a Yushin Cloud, or if it'll be that Qi budget, what is it, the Qizhang. But one of these 5x5s I'm going to do a full magnetizing tutorial on, so you can look forward to that. The MF4, because the MF5 is better than the MF5S, I thought I would give the MF4 a look because I'm hoping it's better than the MF4S, so we'll have to see. This guy was like, I wanted to fill my cart out and get free shipping, and so I threw this guy into the cart because Cranky Dave really likes this cube, and so I don't know what's up with that. And then I noticed the 1x1 Mega Minx came out, and I'm like, well, I got to add that to my collection because who doesn't want a 1x1 Mega Minx? I might do like an average of 12 on this guy later. So let's go ahead and open up the CycloneBoys and see if I still kind of am meh about it the way I was, or if I actually like it. And I don't know, maybe it wants to be magnetic. So it comes with a little pamphlet of how to solve a 2x2. I don't know what method they're using, but it doesn't look like it's, yeah, it looks like it's just doing a 3x3 with no edges. So that's cool. That's the way I used to solve it before I learned Ortega, kind of learned Ortega. All right, so it's sculpted, so it might remind you of that Galaxy sculpted Mega Minx. It's got the little ridges, and Dave likes it. To me, it feels clacky and a little cheap, although for 2x2, I'm not sure that matters, because this thing does move really well. I have a magnetic Weipo and I have a magnetic Wuxia, and they're pretty good, but this thing actually feels like, I don't know, it feels like it moves pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not very good at 2x2, but you know, like, doesn't matter how good you are. If something feels good or doesn't feel good, you're going to do better with the thing that feels good usually than you are with the thing that doesn't feel good. My opinion on whether these things are good or not, like, nobody cares about that except me. But what I will tell you is, though, it feels like if you could feel this thing and hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. Let's see if you can hear it. It's so clacky. It sounds really hollow and airy. That's what I'm hearing and feeling. Because it is a really light cube compared to the other 2x2s that I have. Now, the Wuxia and the Weipo really do feel sluggish compared to this, right? So, but I'm not really going to know until I see how my times are. And like I was saying, my times are not good in general, but if I get better times on this than I do with the other ones, it doesn't really matter how bad my times are in general. If this one gets better times, I should use it when I compete because I get better times. And if it's more pleasant to turn, then it's more pleasant to turn. Again, doesn't matter how fast I am. It's either pleasant or not pleasant. And I'm only competing with myself anyway. Well, I'm competing with Cranky Dave too, but that's a whole nother episode. So yeah, I'll give this guy a shot. I'll do an average of 1 million or something on it and see how it goes and let you know eventually. My backlog is really big right now. I have a lot of stuff that I want to do. And so now I'm trying to go through it and make sure that I do the most interesting stuff that I'm able to do first, right? So I have a lot of ideas and most of them are dumb and I'm probably not going to do them. So I'm trying to float the good ones to the top. All right, well, let's get this 1x1 Megaminx out and see what first turns are like on it, okay? Well, I like the shades. They're good shades. I think they're the Xingxiao Megaminx shades, which I like because I love the Xingxiao Minxes. Although the X-Men Galaxy right now is my actual Megaminx main, and it's pretty nice. I like it. It's a little, I don't know, catchy, but whatever. I'm not very good at Megaminx, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I actually like this. It's got a heft to it too. I don't know what, I don't know if this is printed or how they got this manufactured, but the cubicle is the only place I've seen this one, so it's nice. Yeah, it's kind of locky, so can't recommend it on that. I wouldn't speed cube on this thing, but it sure looks nice on a shelf. Okay, so this here, MF4, this one right here is one that I'm interested in probably the most out of this because I have turned a CycloneBoys 2x2 and I have turned an MF5 and the 1x1 Megaminx is just silly, but I have never touched an MF4. So let's see what we got. I have high hopes for this. I really want it to be better than the MF4S. So like all Cubing Classroom cubes, it comes with a pamphlet that shows you, looks like a basic reduction method. And it's got a bunch of people on it who I do not recognize. Well, I recognize Drew Brads and Lucas Etter, and that's kind of it. I probably should know the rest of these guys, but I really just don't. I'm a bad cubing community member. I should go learn. All right, so that's the pamphlet. Comes in the usual, Cubing Classrooms box. I actually like the way these boxes look. So let's get it out. Oh, it's light. Okay, well, that's good. I like the way it's light because the MF4S is a little heavier. Now, let's see if it turns. Okay. It's sandy and it wants lube and it's probably, the tension is really tight. But the inner layers feel okay. Inner layers actually feel a little better than the outer layers, but that's probably due to lubing and or tensioning. So we'll have to see. How does it do on my crappy T-Perm? Not great. On the other hand, this might actually be... So the thing I'm noticing on this is it's a little big. And I suspect it's probably the same size as the MF4S. Let's go get an MF4S. I'll be right back. I like doing this, wandering off. Okay, so we're back. I have an MF4S. Oh, yeah. And I have a Yushin Blue. This is my, kind of my main. I go back and forth between this and the Yasu GTSM. But, all right, so this is the MF4S, and it is considerably different. See, the Florian cuts are way bigger. Of course, I've loosened the tension on this one, but I really do not like this cube. I cannot find a tension that this really works for me at all. And if it doesn't seem to matter how much I loosen it, it's just so locky and catchy that it's just unpleasant to turn. So this, not a good cube. I don't like it. This new cube is about the same size, looks like, but it looks like the build quality is a little better. The Florian cuts are different. And what's this guy do? Yeah, so he can do almost one piece corner cutting. And that's with this loose tensions and it's really tight. Reverse is, see how not reverse corner cutting that is? It's just terrible. So this, not a good cube. Don't buy this cube. I mean, get it if it's all you can afford, but there are better budget 4x4s out there. The Thunderclap. Well, I don't know if the Thunderclap is budget or not, but if you can afford a mini Thunderclap, get that. Don't get this. All right. So, and this is currently probably my favorite 4x4. And so, but you could see that the MF4 is a good bit smaller. That might be 2 millimeters, maybe. It's definitely at least 1, but I think that might be 2 millimeters. And so I like the smaller cube size. But I gotta say, I like the way this feels way better than the MF4S. I think this might be worth magnetizing and seeing how it does, because even on this tight tension, it's not as locky. This is a better cube. This is just a better cube than the MF4S. So if you like the Cubing Classroom series, this would be the one to get. If you're getting a 4x4, don't get the S, get this one, because this one is probably going to be, it already just feels better. And like, I've done a lot of work on this to try to make it good, and it's just not good, and it's never going to be good. Like, it would take way too much work to make this cube good. So I just have it in the collection because I'm kind of a pathological collector. You may have noticed that. I'll give you a tour around the basement again sometime, and you can see all the junk I've collected. So we got that. This is pretty nice, and I don't know. I'll have to do some solves on it and set it up. But my first impression is this is actually way better than the MF4S and might be as good as most of the budget 4x4s out there. I'm thinking the Kung Fu Long Yuan, and there's Chi Yuan. Those are probably both in about this class. And so let me see what I paid for it. I forgot what I paid for it. Oh, I don't have it. I don't know what I paid for it. I'll have to look it up, and I'll throw it up on the screen, but it wasn't a lot. And I'm pretty sure it was on sale too. But, oh yeah, I forgot to get these out. I also got some stickers. These are to resticker the 10x10 and 11x11 Shengshaos that I filmed an unboxing for a while ago, but I haven't done yet. So you will have seen that already by the time you see this one. And so these stickers are for those cubes, because I am currently embarking on a project to put my shades on pretty much all of the stuff I have, because I like these shades. So and I love stickering things. It's a fun thing to do when I just need to relax and concentrate on something that's easy but fiddly. So there you go. All right. So, like this, back to the MF4. The MF4 is probably not going to be as good as the Yushin or the Yaosu GTSM, or I don't want to say it won't be as good as the Wuchuei, because you actually might be able to get it as good as the Wuchuei on different axes. The Wuchuei is very, very smooth, but it is slow as, well, slow. It's slow. And I don't like it very much. So, but I'll tell you what. I'll set this up, and I think I'll go ahead and magnetize it. And I may do this one as, if it comes apart the way I hope it comes apart, and it may not, so I'll have to let you know. But if it comes apart the way I think it comes apart, then I should be able to magnetize it in the usual and customary manner, in which case I may choose this one as the 4x4 magnetizing tutorial. Okay. All right. So the MF5, I mean, we can get it out. I've unboxed one of these already on this channel, I think, but I'll get it out and see if it's surprising at all. Yeah, it's very tight and very sandy, and there's like no lube in there at all. So you know how Shengshao ships all of its cubes with a 55-gallon drum of lube in them, right? And as far as I can tell, Mofang Jiaoshi, Cubing Classroom, ships their cubes completely dry. And so it's basically like sandpaper in there. I don't know, you might be able to hear that. But my understanding is I should be able to turn this into a pretty decent budget magnetic cube. And so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make a 5x5 magnetizing tutorial. And I'm also going to make a 6x6 magnetizing tutorial. And then I may leave the 7x7 magnetizing as an exercise to the reader because that was a lot of work. And the only one right now worth magnetizing is a Wuji, and I don't need another magnetic Wuji. So, and the MF7S is, as far as I can tell, not magnetizable with the magnets I can currently get my hands on. And the MF7 only comes in pink, and I'm not doing it. I have one pink cube already, 7x7. I'm never going to use a pink cube in competition. And so I'm just not going to take the trouble to magnetize a pink cube. That just seems silly. Unless I can figure out a way to magnetize my Huanglong, because that one I might use because it's so good. So that's the unboxing. We've got the MF5, the MF4, the CycloneBoys FeiHu 2x2 sculpted, which is surprisingly good, as Cranky Dave told me it would be, and the 1x1 Megaminx by the Cubicle. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next video. Cheers.